The address no Badwam so kase me mo akwa ba me da se so Adom TV 7 no de obetie bi ene se wono mo ekum na mo no ewo yaji me kire mo abato ho no no ahonedie hu nsem de hyeda nkoyi kuranti amane bofo akoho no mo akotwa bi abasa so ena akra tema moto we na beto dwasa aban wo mo nsaka bosia $380 million a wodi be bie kwan ni mani 10 lanes se ekone eba afi kwa futu akwa masentrofo se se benye fa ahode de be ye adwuma ye nyina ye ka ho bi ene wo se ye hwe na press freedom no ekoyie na ebekwa circuit court no so atrese China for mienu na Ghana for so wo mo kwatwara ban kokum sanse we need to make quarter so wo tufo mo agudie we ne nsem agogo bi na mde so mo se Badwam so kase no pe kai say DSTV channel 280 Go TV channel 119 Facebook on Adom TV extra wo share me e ya frame anoche wa pa atwa say wa finche mo no me de to so Oman for the one nkanka o mayi mo ba na so man aduane na nam na so na se ne woku ne kura sanse obia penam ne nam no a pado do no apɛ no ya ma ne bofo aba na so okoye pru epoye mantem de mo manse ni mo wo bono epoye mantem de mo na se bunu East region wo pru East district a okoho no mo a bia ye wo mu ku na mabatwa no eno yaji ene wo na sade ahonedie hu nsem nkoye ene kwane a wo mu ku nam ne fa so hu no dada no jeja to fom ne ade no Trese mpanimfo amwani ankoho a anhwa na nam no omanfo dodo na rewo mpatem wo no akofa ya de kase abomai
Edemo ekopimu ewo yeji abato abia ewo empatem ho a Adom News nsentwoni Daniel Techi ebo apro ekopimu ewo ho a yensentwoni no editu dwase sa abato ai ukoduru ho a emu a womo ekumu omo ho no womu ku omo fom na obehu moja ene enwisie a ebomu eko inframam womo edeka tai bi enahye enwisie no edetoto enam no na we na secretary a wo yeji abato a Inusa Seidu ene Adom News nsentwoni twetwe nkomo wode tu dwase eye no kre pa se bebi a womo ekumu emu ai eho twaye
ye solota house bebi aye kumu mboa no ohonye ya to anamo ba ku mienu mensa ya antisi ye mpenifo no mfie ya solota e butchers bebi aye to nam so ho na migina sesi ano ozo since 2017 o ma pa ye da so se o musi fufuro up to now o musi bebi aye to nam nye bebi aye kumu mboa so enye meanwhile nam nye nipa kakra na ewi nam enti ye ni brisem na eka ye person penifo hu se ye wo how kese omuma oma dwumbra so ndani china enye sa next step demonstration kese pa be hitu yeji street
Adom News nsentwofo ne omanfo a womuta akoto nam wo hobi etwetwe nkomo bisa se na mokọ a mohwese ne nam yi egu fom na womo etutu oma eyade a monso no dien ana moka ede afa ho
nam na fesu be bi omo nam no eno na nye ni na ye ni se free agifo se fra bayo ye ni betia e ba ne sa nti esra bo hwe na mo boaye be bi omo nam enye ba nam de yefe nam ne gu ho no tumi se nam na yefe nso be bi eta nam na enye ya de ba enye mai so ko be enye mai esra o
ye dina nkwasi dem ye to nam wa ase ya kabiru moto esi ye dina bonten o man si dan na mai edan no mu bebia e basa ekwan no nyina nam na e nam no omunto sanso ana e ha adwen kuma bua
Free yaji na yemranka kropon mu ha na Ghana bansa ka bosia eye million no kwasikoko sika na hasane aduowotwe $380 million na ne nyina yese enkran tema moto we kwan no wo mo be yanye bia no enum beko ne num aba de kan se 10 lane no na wose no kwada nche obehwe na tete kwashi interchange na se mo hodom interchange no wo mbehwe na afi ho so wa ye ho adwuma dwowulu kwan no so eka ho bi lashibi ene community 18 ne nyina no eka ekwan ahodo yi asase kai ebehwe na asiesie nti osiremu amanfo dodo no ano a wo mo hwe ni mo se kwan ne beye no kakra sika no ba ye nche kra no afimpiri ne aduonu na ne mo befrase na wa ye nsiesie wo kwan so
19.5 kilometer Accra Temamoto Way Ekwan ya womo ebeyie no eya de a womo ene ankran dwumako bi ena eba beye saa ekwan. Ewon hihye mrahwebedwafo age ede atum na yade ebehye ase efi afefofro ebesim ye 2024. Sa project ebekoso yi womo ebesan esiesie tetekwashi interchange Jowolo akwan ahodo bi ewo Lashibi ene community 18 ene akwan ahodo bi eka. Deputy chairman awono ene da finance committee so ewo mrahwebedwam Patrick Buama ene Adom News Central for twetwe ho komo no nsem sei na odi tudwa.
The N1 George Walker Bush Highway is part of this, and the scope is 5.7 kilometers. So if you add it to the 19.5, what are you getting? So that scope, that's the second section, also has the rehabilitation and widening of a 12-lane road, the construction of the Jowolo interchange, construction of 2 toll plazas and 2 new footbridges.
Was signed the Tuja in Fasudia, a besan every project in him.
Most of you thought or were of the view that this project was just Accra to Tema. Is that not the case? Most of you haven't found time to look at the scope of work. That is why I decided to speak with you, because somebody will say, oh, why is Accra Tema motorway going to cost $338 million? Without having to understand the nature of work or the scope of work. So I'm going to give you a copy of the scope of work, but I'll go through it.
Yemfi honomone yakonsefo fro emo Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tua yeboa wode adehwede ato nsentwefo nyina ne mu se wo mo homoden nsentwefo fa hodie wo mo bekura mu ye nanso no nkyerese wo ye nsentweni a sa ban ya na sempenifo bo fa hodie ho ban so betumi aye adwuma ntino se bi unya akonya gina TV radio newspaper na sempo abefo ntenta afidi kase so a se press freedom nti na okeka nsem bi ensem fata wo se press freedom no aban ne ye na afa mu de so bebo nsentwefo ho ban no ye nsentwefo fonso ye moye ho ban na afa ye nkasa ne ye ne bibia no enkyerese ampa de aban ne ye no so ne nyese ye betoto ye nsa na be wiase ye do bi de nsa kanwa akobasa aban yi emon nsentwefo ho ban.
Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice and United Nations so eyenhyiamu a ode hye afempinu ne aduonum International Human Rights Day ehofa wo hye said your man for bambo esitie say adwumedie asenti aneda so 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights implication for human right protection in Ghana na de nipa frechichi ne bencheye ene be hyiamu a obere baby a wetimi aba manfo ho ban akoduru. Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tua ene Adom kase etwetwe enkomo
aban ene Ghana fo ya tumu se media no ye asoye a omo so ye ka Ghana ye development omo so mo ka ho bi ye wo clause bi article bi constitution ma kire se ade bi a obe bia no hwe se won so obi ne fa ho die ne ade a wotietia so media mo baba nsemu mo report ma yeti ase obi di bone mo timi kama ye yetimi etu ne so sa na ebe hia se ye nso wo that right no obenya some kind of responsibility. Majlis omonso aya mo cross some kind of red lines no ya no mahwe ne ye
anu si yepe na commissioner woda shraja no Joseph Vital etwe se ayakayaka dia wode yensem twefo na wo se tutwa.
Ghana came up very well recommended in terms of what Ghana has done in promoting and protecting human rights at the Human Rights Council. But the peers of Ghana have also indicated to Ghana areas of concern that they think Ghana should work on. The key ones that relate to freedom of expression, the right not to sympathize with any person who professes that type of orientation, and some institutions having to undertake some education.
Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice and United Nations so eyenhyiamu
Abusia yɛmfiri hɔ no ma ne yɛnkɔ bɛkɔ amansi no emu kopie mo hɔ Ernest Adofo ɛyɛ opagini ya wodi ne dwuma ɛwɔ dwumakwa ya pa so hwɛ kwae dɔtɔ ho nsɛm so mekyerɛ forestry division no na wɔde na pamfo tete wɔ mu egu ɛyɛ watrɛ so kwae dɔtɔ ne mu no kohu sɛ China fo mienu ɛna Ghana ne ba ko mu egina ensuo so ya wɔ mu etufo agudi a woni nkrata no nti no bɛkɔ circuit court no akɔ asetena ɛna watrɛ sɛ saa China fo mienu ɛne Ghana ni sa akɔdi wɔn kɔ no wɔn kɔtwere aban kokomu ɛsanse wɔn mu atie si kwae dɔtɔ mu a wotwa ndua gu sɛ nsuo tufo agudi a woni hontumi krata
Youth Court ashe se Chinese form yenu bi a womo ekotu agudi a womo nkita nkrata no womo form enkotu post station na sasemi esi wo Amensi Central ewa Sentimentum onipa bako ne forest foi eye adwuma Ernest Adofo ene Adom News nsɛnkyoni Isaac Nomenyo etwetwe nkomo no wodi tudwa ekwan a womo efa so ede che Chinese form yenu yi wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ abra womo echi omo no womo ehye excavators ahodo a na womo ede ye adwuma etu agudie na odi tudwa sɛ anamoyi a na omanfo etu ye di tu agudie no eyade a na ɛsɛ environment no ɛwɔ mpatamu hɔ
adwumadi na ɛhyɛ ko watrɛ so portion of that forest reserve. And also, the core you say, a China for Bishawan, our Galaxy, THC, a moon depending on a Ghana Nibako, an excavator, and a Yami machine, and a purchase of a board or a normal dear Gmina. You say, now you buy no, you want the police division. I do a cocoa, and the court no, a tenacino, or more remand for 1 week. So on some report on the 19th December, the entire assembly so. So far, near Kosovo district in operation in Yebuso. Boy, I'm one is to be a Benyano, a bachelor. Now it did not put in Rano, not in Rano. And it made this say, I acquire a virtue. Now, quite no sensible at them. And in a year, said, I'm safe for the hammer. I'm why, and that's why I didn't say, yeah, not. Because na you know ako na say ye be to on so sana we na we free kwai mo ne ba say dey be almost say ensu no mu tutu ya no bu boko mna wo forest ni ma ni na na ya de a ha ye dwumadie no nwi ya wo fa so a eboboa o mai no wo tubu ensu no so o pollute no I say ensu no be tutu nsase ne basa basa sa no mo ni na yo ha kase a ha ye dwumadie
Yemfiri ho ne yenko onwuma mu enseme mu Ghana amampanyina be de atwa sese oye Frankasuni MPP amanyoko Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Maumi atwe mu aban yi betena so no enipa million mienu achiri po ba 2.1 million ena wama wo mu adwuma ye wo kire mu aban bi ani ho no mu a waba wama mabuna adwuma saudi nsabi nyina tudwa wabra wo PAO Business and Employment Assistance Program ehontoma ewosunwan
Mampenyi abidi achire Alhaji Mahmoud Maumi akasaye mu en wachire mu se sa Business and Employment Assistance Program awada na die ene no ebeboa ama mebunu dodo no anya adwuma ye ewo man mu na kasaye mu no wakato aso se aban bia ni honom ewo man abakose mu a watimi aboa amamanfo anya adwuma ye te se Akufo Addo aban ye te so sese sanse waboa ama mebunu baburo opepim yenu ene achire po baako ena anya adwuma ye ewo man mu.
What I can say in all humility and with all the hard data is that what the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has been able to do in terms of recruiting people in this economy, both by the public sector and the private sector, has not been done by any other government since the independence of this country. We have recruited in the public sector and the private sector a total of 2.1 million people in the last 7 years.
Ignatius Bafo who are so for labor relations, employment and pensions so Jumedi na se no ensem say no no so editudwa
say yempeo e wo se kwan bia e befa so a Ghana ni abrantie Ghana ni ababawa wadu nimpani fie so e wo so ye adwuma no ye pe adwuma e ba ne ye. Mr. Vice President, ada me inaugurated the current board of YE. Me catch now, say ɛda biara yɛbɛda adeɛ bɛte a yɛbɛte sɛ unemployment ɛrekɔ soro ɛwɔ Ghana no na kyerɛ sɛ wɔn anya wɔn adwuma yie.
Mata Opare a board member say patron Emma ECG Power Queens na wadi afutu ni adeshredi ato nkanka mmerim se was rather akwanya ba se wasi esuansa no dwuma na Africa na esua ni media foforo efa ba fontenten afidi ho nsɛm a ɛyɛ yɛma yɛ ho kwan ma dodo no adwene yɛ won se we de se mema dwuma IT de mema dwuma ahu ha wasi abaswa na adwum pempensuo bi na pese opia ma bi kura ewura di bire bi a yɛ na yɛ den ɔde nsɛm nyina to dwa wa bra na ɔmo yɛ ECG Power Queens Award and dinner ɛwɔ nkran ha
ECG womo ema a womo edin da womo so ne Power Queens akoye dinner sonko abo won ema abaso wadwumaden a womo eye ede bo ECG edwumako no odwumadie no ase no board member any patron ema ECG Power Queens Mata Opare ede afutuo ema mayoa se womo enhwe se womo besua ade eye abefo ekwan so se ne womo ebekọ nenim.
To continue to be the powerhouse that we are, we must show up confident and also competent. Let us cultivate a culture of lifelong learning, and I believe Cynthia Amate, our Director of HR, does her best with continuous professional development. Learning for us, as we all learned from the Deputy Minister yesterday, should be a lifelong pursuit. As Powers Queens, please let us not rest on our laurels. Read more, write more, and continuously expand your knowledge. Let's embrace new skills and technology. Position yourself as innovators and leaders in your respective fields.
Wasan edi futuo ema no se womo hwese adesua womo ebesua no ohaw awodo bi nso eba womo enya kwan a womo befa so asa ohaw no womo betimi aso ano na womo akọ nenim.
As modern women, we must approach issues with an open mind and shatter our self-imposed limits. As the Chief of Staff, Honorable Fremont Serapari, said during her fireside chat on Thursday, we would be doing ourselves a disservice if we went into every room with that imposter syndrome. We are where we are because we deserve to be there, and we must do our best to be the best. My next point will be about how to show up as women of ECG. Remember the theme of the launch of Femme Power, empowering her to break frontiers in leadership.
Yena ECG Power Queens woman semi so na kasi amde so manopeno memfa ne nyina ensina nam DSTV channel 280 Go TV channel 119 Facebook Adom TV Extra wo hia me a e afreme anoche wa ba ajwa se wa medame ho abade obonkrata pense mo online portal so nsem ebetwa so